the 4th of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Damn, good.
Hi, Phil.
Hello, how are you doing?
Okay, so let's go. Did we mark down what we got up to? Yes, we did. Last time we learned was Yom Hamishi, Yud Ches LaOmer, and we got up to Itmar Nami. And Itmar Nami. Okay, this is just a follow-up to what we were learning on Yom Hamishi.
Sorry, where are we?
We're on 17A2.
Okay. Yeah, it would have been better if we finished these couple lines over here so we don't have to go back over them again, unless we just want to do Chazorah.
It's always good.
So yeah, we might even understand it this time. Okay. Okay. So want to go from Amar Rebbe Avin. This is a Amar Rebbe Avin is 1, 2, 3, 4 narrow lines up from the wide lines, and it's the beginning of the line.
Left-hand column, another ruling.
What's that?
We have another ruling on the left-hand column. Is that right?
No, wait a second.
Amar Rebbe Avin, Amar Rav Eloi, Amar Rav Yochanan, Haya Chayev Lechavero Shavua.
Yeah, that's right, Roy. You're in the right place.
Okay. Okay, so got the place. Lou, you want to start the reading?
Rabbi Avin said, in the name of Rabbi Eli, who said in the name of Rabbi Yochanan, Haya chayav lachavero shavuah. If a person was obligated to swear an oath to his fellow, va'achar nishbati, va'amar nishbati, and he said, I already swore, v'ha'edim me'idin oso shelo nishba, but witnesses testify against him that he did not swear. V'chazar v'amar nishbati huch zak kafran leosa Shavua. See, they don't have the Chazar V'amar Nishbati, that's in parentheses. He swore again. He said, I swore again. He is presumed to be a denier in regard to that money and to that oath.
Right, because he already had claimed that he did make the oath, and witnesses came and said, "Oh, when you were demanded to make the oath, according to the dictates of the Besdin that you were obligated to do, you didn't do it." So that amounts to a slugging up of his claim in regard to the making the shvua. So at that point, since the witnesses discredited his claim, so we're not going to accept another claim that he makes to the same in regard to the same issue of this shvua. So even if he thereafter says so, but after the witnesses came, I actually did make a shvua. We say huksa kafrin leoso shvua. He's regarded as a denier in regard to the issue of this shvua that he was supposed to make, and so therefore he will not be believed that to make that he made a shvua. Okay, that's the statement that we have. Now, I'm looking for Rashi's over here. It's a little bit difficult because they all look like the Rashi that we need, but I don't know. Are we before Itztaba or after Itztaba? Oh, maybe this is the one. Huksa kafrin leoso shvua. That's the one that we want. So this is the Rashi. It's about 10 lines above Amar Avavin. In the Rashi, Shenizchayev Shavua bebezdin. I think that's the Rashi that we're talking about, even though it's not exactly the same language that the Gemora has here.
Wait a second. I'm trying to get over here. You know we're after that.
Oh, actually, it's not. I don't think it is. Because
that one, the Altala is the garment. We did the garment already. So after the garment.
No, what we need to do is we need to read the next few lines of the Gemora, and that's what Rabbi Avo is going to say. That there's a Rashi on what Rabbi Avo says. Okay, so we read Rabbi Avin in the name of Rabbi Eloi and the name of Rabbi Yochanan, and now it says Amruha Kamei the Rabbi Avo. Let's read from there. That's the last narrow line before the lines get wide. The last 3 words in the line. Roy, would you like to read that?
Omarua Kamai the Rabbi Abahu Omer Lahu. The students related this ruling to Reb Abayu, and he told them, Mr. Bara Milator, the Rabbi Avin. Rabbi Avin's ruling is logical. Chenis Chayev Shabua the base din. Where the defendant was obligated by the court to swear an oath, Abba Chayev, Abal Chayev, Atsama Shabua. However, if he voluntarily obligated himself to swear an oath, Naaman, he is believed to claim that he swore, even if he witnessed the testify did not swear upon demand. If he voluntary, so if where the defendant was obligated by the court to swear and he didn't, it's one thing, and if he voluntarily obligated himself to swear, it's another thing. Anyway, Ovid and Anish Demikri V'Omar. A person is wanted to say that he will not perform that which the court has not obligated him to do. Therefore, his prior refusal to swear in the presence of witnesses does not demonstrate a brazen unwillingness to swear.
Okay. Okay, so Rabbi Avohu, he's commenting on a statement of Rabbi Avin. Rabbi Avin's talking about a case where the person was Huksa Kafrin. He's regarded as a denier in regard to the Shvuah, and we won't believe what he claims about the Shvuah, because he was demanded to make a Shvuah in front of witnesses, and he denied. He refused to do so, and so after that, we don't believe him that he did. He's Huksa Kafrin. So Rabbi Avoh is saying that he's Huksa Kafrin is only in the case of a Shvuah which the Bezdin obligated him to make. Like, for example, the Jew number one comes and claims against Jew number two that he owes him 1,000, and Jew number two says, I owe you only a half of that amount. So that's a classic case of moda mixus, and the Torah requires Jew number two to make a shvuah in that regard, to back up his statement. So in such a case, where the Bezdin, in other words, obligated him to make the shvuah, so then we say he's Huksa Kafrin. So says Rabbi Avoh. But if the person, Jew number two, just voluntarily volunteered to make a shvuah in order to back up his own defense, his statement, so then we say he's not Huksa Kafrin when he refuses to make the shvuah in front of witnesses. That's what we got so far, because of an inish the mikre ba'amar, because that's what a person says. So it's not regarded in that case. That's what a person does. He says he's going to say, "Look, I'm not going to make a shvuah except where the Bezdin obligates me to do so." So he's not regarded as a kafrin for refusing to make the shvuah in that case, where he was confronted and he refused to make a shvuah. nafkamina is that he will be believed when he says he thereafter did make such a shvua that he wasn't obligated to make. Okay, let's take a look at Rashi. The Rashi that we want to look at is Kishen is Chayev Shavua Bebezdin.
Okay. Now I'm not sure you did the one before that, which is that he's Chuska, Kafran, Laoto.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That he
Right,
wasn't,
let's do that one.
He's presumed to be a liar in that shua. And then in that says Lomar to say, Kishi Nishpati, I swore ad Shishpati Bifnena, only 54.
Oh, in other words, he's regarded as a kafrin, and we won't take his word for it that he made a shvua ad sheyishba b'fanenu, until he makes such a shvua b'fanenu, in front of us. I think when Rashi says in front of us, he's referring to in front of the Bezdin.
Right.
In front of the Bezdin. But okay, that's what he said. The Bezdin is the one that's doing the talking all the way through here. Okay, so that's the statement of Rabbi Abban that he's huksa kafrin in such a case, and Rashi's explaining what's the ramification of being huksa kafrin. Now let's go to the next Rashi. Kishen nischayev shavua bebezdin.
When he's chayev shavua by Bezdin. Since the tavu, the Eidim, they made a claim in front of Bezdin, likayem divrei Bezdin. The words of Bezdin are upheld. The low Abba, and he doesn't come. Heinu Naman, he's not believed. Saying, anymore. He's not believed. He's not believed anymore. Furthermore, believed. He's a liar from now on. Kianti Acharei Ken. That I established this after that. Once he did, once he kind of like denied. Once a denier, always a denier.
It's that the person is huksa kafrin, and we don't accept what he says anymore until he makes the shvua in Bezdin. That's in regard to a shvua that he was obligated to take by when the witnesses are coming and relating the fact, Jew number one, to make good on his shvua that the Bezdin had obligated him to make, and he refused. So that type of a case is the case that the Kaim Divrei Bezdin to fulfill the words and the edict of the Bezdin to make such a shvua below Ava, and he didn't want to do it. He didn't do it. He didn't accede to the Jew number one's demand. So in such a case, if he did that, and that was in front of witnesses, that's what the witnesses are testifying to. So now, Eino Neman Loimar Od. He's not going to be Neman any more to claim Kiyamti Achrei Kain, that in fact I fulfilled this what the Jew number one told me to do, even though I didn't do it true at the time, but I did it sometime later when nobody was looking, I guess. No, we don't have witnesses to contradict him. So since he's huksa kafrin, he's not neman any further to say that. Okay. Aval chayav atzmo shvua, but in a case where he himself volunteered to make a shvua, which the Bezdin didn't require him to do, then that's going to have a different halacha. Lou, you want to read this one?
Yeah.
See it?
This was also with Abahu's qualification.
Right.
Amar Rebbe Avin, Amar Rebbe Eli, Amar Rebbe Yochanan. Rabbi Avin said in the name of Rebbe Eli, who said in the name of Rebbe Yochanan, Haya Chayav Lechavero Sheboa Beveis Din. The one was obligated by the court to swear an oath to his fellow. Amar Nishbati, and he said, I swore already. The Me'idim Oso Shalo Nishba, the witnesses testified against him that he did not swear. He is considered to be a liar in reference to this oath.
Go on, because we covered that.
Yeah. Okay, so Rabbi Avo said that is dafka in a case where he was required to make a shvua in Bezdin. He himself just volunteered that he's going to make then the fact, even if he's rebutted by Amal Chayav Atzmo Shavua.
Let's see what that one was. But if he makes himself chayim of a shvua, she'amar lo, he says to him, Ashva, I swore to you, v'tava be'edim, and he needs witnesses below Abba. He didn't come. Afterward, I swore, amen. He's believed, even though the witnesses were delayed.
He said, like outside of Bezdin, he said to the guy, "I'll swear to you on this matter." And that's what he said. But the I don't know why Rashi doesn't say, okay, Rashi should have said at this point, and he made that claim that he did fulfill this shvur that he volunteered to make. This the Rashi says over here, Amar lo eshbalacha, this future. He said to him, I will make a shvur to you. He's not claiming that he made it yet. In other words, we need a claim by him that he has already made the shvua, subsequent to having made this voluntary thing to do such a thing, and then witnesses come and say, "Oh yeah, you Jew number one, when he told you to make good on your thing, you didn't do it." Tavu be'edim. Jew number one claimed upon him to make the shvur that he volunteered that he was going to make, and it was in front of edim. Below Ava, he didn't want to do it. And then after, subsequent to this incident with the edim, Amar Nishbati, he said, "I already made it. I've made the shvur now." So now we say he's going to be Neman. Even though that in front of witnesses, the witnesses testified that when he was demanded upon to make the shvua, he was docha. He pushed it off. He didn't do it. He's not going to be huksa kafrin in this case. And now the Gemora says, because this is a different case. Just when he was volunteered to make a shvua, we don't say he's a kafrin just because he pushes off the demand to make the shvua. And now we got another Rashi to explain this. Avad inish the mikre v'amar. This is why he's not going to be regarded as a kafrin when he pushes off in the front of witnesses the demand upon him to make that shvua that he voluntarily volunteered to make. Let's read this Rashi. Ovid inish the mikre v'amar.
Ovid inish, people do the mikre v'amar. This thing, person does these things, and they want, and they, how do you say, they want to say. And they say, lo aseh, I will not do ma shelo chayavuni, based in, or I will not do what based in did not command me to do. You know, it has to be a command. I'm not going to do things on my own. Rather, ani ba'atzmi, by myself, I will. The ein zeh sarvanu, and this is not considered a refusal of based in. The harata and regrets, rather, dechia ba'alma, it's just a pushing off, a stall tactic, so to speak, to do it because, you know, I'm doing myself when I'm good and ready.
Right. He never really sincerely obligated himself to make a shvua. When he said he was going to make a shvua, we're saying that he, even at that, simply just pushing off the claim of the claimant. That's that word that Rashi uses over there. Yeah. Techia ba'alma. Ein zu sarbanut v'charata. It's not a sarbanut, a refusal to comply with what he obligated himself to do, and now he's having a charata. He's having a regret on what he obligated himself to do. No, ela dechia ba'alma. That he originally said he's going to swear. He wasn't really even serious about it. He was just saying. He was just saying things. The claimant. So that doesn't make him, that type of behavior doesn't turn him into a kafrin. So the nafkamina will be that if he does later claim that he made a shvua to fulfill what it is that he said, what he volunteered to do, he will be neman in that regard. Okay. Now let's push forward and get to the end of this sugya. Adrua Kamei Rabbi Avin. Back in the Gemora. This is the second wide line, the last two words of the second wide line. Whose turn? Who wants to read?
Okay. Then,
Yeah.
to inquire Rabbi Abahu's qualification is ruling. So
Ahadrua.
he. Am I muted?
No, I hear you.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. He told them, Ana nami beves din amare. I also said this ruling only where the court obligated the defendant to swear. Itmar nami. This ruling was also related with Rabbi Abahu's qualification. Amar Rabbi Avin, Amar Rabbi Ila'ah, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Avin said the name of Rabbi Ila'ah, who said the name of Rabbi Yochanan. Chayav Lachavero Shavua Beis Din. If one was obligated by the court to swear an oath to his fellow, Amar Nishpati, and he said, I swore already, V'ha'araim me'idin oso shalo nishba. The witnesses testified against him that he did not swear. Huchzak kafran leosa shavua. He is presumed to be a liar with reference to that oath.
Right. So the two important words that are being added over here in this statement of Itmar Nami, it's the same exact statement that Rabbi Avin said before, but the two that are added. It says he was chayav to his friend to make a shvua bebezdin. That's the words that they added to the case that was not included in the original statement of Rabbi Avin. So that accords with what Rabbi Avohu, so also with what Rabbi Avin himself was later questioned about, and he confirmed that that's what he meant as well. Now we have even an official statement, a different statement in the name of Rabbi Avin that also even adds those two words. So we got a complete clarity in the matter. That's what Rabbi Avin means. That's the statement. Okay. Great. So now we finished that, and we can go weiter to Amar Rav Asi, Amar Rav Yochanan. We'll just read the statement and we'll continue with it tomorrow, as Hashem.
Rav Asi said the name of Rav Yochanan. Hamotze Bashuk. He found a debt document in the street. Uchsuv bo chenpech, and it was written in it a certification. Uchsuv bo zimano bo bayom, and its date was that very day it was written. It was written on it. Yachazir L'Ba'alim. He should return it to its owner, i.e., to the creditor.
Right.
There's a Rashi on it.
Bobayom, yeah. Oh, Kosev bo zmano bobayom.
You wrote him on that day. Shibiyom on that day. Shenimtza nichtav. It was written on that day. It was written on that day.
It's written on the Shabbayom It was written. The date was written on the document, Rosh Chodesh Iyar, Tafshin Pei Hey, and sure enough, it was actually found on Rosh Chodesh Iyar, Tafshin Pei Hey. Okay.
Take care.
Okay.
Good day.
Everybody
Rabbi,
have a great day.
Take care. Be well.
have a great day. Shvua Tov.
Yeah,
Shavua Tov U'Mevorach.
bye for now.